Hello, hello, it is the Trading Captain, and I'm currently down $23.20. Now, today was a bit rough. I took 7 trades, and as you can see here, most of the trades didn't end up working out. I thought I was taking decent quality setups, but it just didn't seem like they were resolving well. There were a couple issues where it seemed like either the volume was a bit too light, or the float was a bit too high, but there was just things that just seemed off on almost everything. And I'm going to go over some of the stocks. So before I go ahead and actually break down some of the ones I traded, I want to go over this one, GNTA, because this kind of set the mood initially and gave me a bit of hope, because we saw a stock this morning that ended up gapping up like 1,000%, and that's incredibly bullish, and I was really hoping to see some kind of continued moves like this in pre-market, but we really didn't end up getting that. A lot of stocks, again, were only gapping around 30 to 50%. It seemed like the norm. There were a couple exceptions, but most of them were that way. So to go over some of the general themes, a lot of stocks that were pumping were immediately selling off. We saw this with a ton of stocks. This stock did it. AIIO did it. We had this pump up and then just a rug pull. We had VIOT. I didn't catch this because this was before I started, but once we had this kind of rejection. And this seems like it's just the theme where we're seeing stocks not really make a next leg and they're just flushing. And this, again, reinforces the idea that we're still in that cold market. To be expected, I suppose. And we also had this one, which kind of held up. This one had a bit of a surprising move. You can see here, I actually traded this one quite a lot. I couldn't ever really catch a good trend with it. It kept shaking me out. A bit frustrating, but I ended up having to give up on this one several times. So, as far as the actual day went, you can see here, it says a red day. I'm still technically green. As far as raw profit goes, I'm up $22.30. But after commissions, I am actually slightly red on the account. So, unfortunately, we're a bit red. Hopefully next week we can catch it back up. I still believe that if we get back into a hot market, we can reaccelerate. And really, it's more about just surviving in this cold market right now, because we are in the depths of a cold market. And really just trying not to be absolutely red, even just a slight green in gross profit, I think is still acceptable. So what do I want to do going into next week? Because we're still clearly cold. There's no doubt about that. I think that I need to keep having the lower size. As you can see here, most of my size is pretty low as far as trade volume. I usually try to do 10 to 15 in a hotter market. I haven't had any days this week where I was over 10 trades. So it looks like I'm still trading relatively conservative, and I think that's the right approach. And I really just need to stay patient until I see signals that the market is heating up. That's just the theme that's going to keep repeating until we see that volume, see that follow through, see that catalyst actually push stocks higher. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up my review. If you liked it, please do leave a like. I also leave the live streams for every live stream I do in the comments or in the description. So check that out. And I will be back next week. Take care.